My name is Rohit Bansal. I'm a Chief Executive of Hammurabi and Solomon Consulting. We are pretty happy to be legal partners to the Porter Prize. So I'm one of the believers. My company Hammurabi and Solomon Consulting has given some support to Amit Kapoor of the Institute of Competitiveness in his early days of bringing this prize to India. We were amongst the first. He shared the broad template of what's happening in Japan and what's happening to the Porter Prize in its earlier forms, and how Indian companies, and not necessarily owned by Indians, but those which are in the MNC landscape or those who are public-private partnerships, irrespective of where their equity resides, the fact that they have an Indian angle, and perhaps even companies which are owned substantially in India but are actually operating in markets other than ours or geographies. We were very happy to hear that the strategic acumen of Indian corporates is going to be evaluated against a rigorous criteria. And I was told on last count almost 93, 94 companies actually applied for this prize, which is, I think, a sign of maturity in the Indian market to sophisticated products such as this, and of course a competitive streak within those corporates to stand on the podium and flash the Porter Prize. So we're very happy, and I think this is just the beginning. And as I said in an earlier YouTube video which was taken by Amit himself personally, that this is going to be in the years to follow a sort of a Grammy or an Oscar for the Indian corporates. And early investors such as the 95 odd corporates who have applied this year or have won are going to get the benefits or the rewards of this over the years and the decades to follow. Well, I think we ought to be listening a lot more. At this moment, we are very, very clear that we have a tryst with destiny, with being a global power, and nothing will come in our way. But actually, the challenges before India are very much internal, and the challenges within India are no different than the ones which corporates will face. So identifying the bottom of the pyramid, generating products and services which are relevant to a vast landmass which is not just India but Bharat, involving people who are not just consumers but potential stakeholders across a variety of platforms into products and services which companies are able to offer, and most important, having a national, some kind of a rigor, some kind of a discipline or mission or aim, and therefore hoping that our democracy, which we are very proud of, but which presently rests on a bed of corruption in a variety of ways, is actually fixed at the base, so that we don't have questions on crony capital, crony media, crony politics, and all the evils which have beset our country in its journey from 1947 to 2002. So now I think this is time for us to introspect very hard and to see that India's time, India's tryst with destiny isn't a matter of right, but is a matter of great satisfaction once we achieve it, not just in our assertions, but in our achievements. So Indian corporates are now, not just forced to compete at those exalted standards, but are also voluntarily coming forward and benefiting, having achieved those levels which are the expectations of all relevant stakeholders, not merely inside a boardroom, not merely inside the stakeholders or the AGM, but anywhere and everywhere someone can ask a question, hey, why did you do this? And the company's ability to listen, absorb, reply and convince is going to determine the strategic acumen of Indian corporates. I think that it's befitting that the Porter Prize has come to India, and in years to come it doesn't just remain something within the confines of this beautiful hotel room or a city or a particular geography, but is actually ricocheted across the social media landscape, on Twitter, and hopefully newspaper would be there year on year to represent that wonderful day.